that. Okay, don't care. I really hope I don't have my webcam on. I'm butt naked right now. Okay, looks like we don't. Okay. So guys, so I've been watching a few Fortnite Season 7 videos, and I'll say this is probably, I haven't played Fortnite yet, but so far it's probably the best season in a while. The loot pool is really solid. We finally have a good loot pool. Literally the only good loot pool since Chapter 2 Season 2. So it's been 5 seasons since we've had Fortnite's had a good loot pool. If you don't know, I basically didn't play at all last season because last season was complete garbage. I played a little bit of Season 4, or no, I mean, I played a little bit of Season 5. I barely played Season 4, and I barely played Season 3. So, but I think I'm gonna come back to Fortnite since, the loot pool is amazing this season. Finally have a good loot pool, and it's literally what will bring, I said this like way back. I said a good loot pool will bring me back to Fortnite, and that's just the truth. I don't know if I'm gonna like main it and like play like freaking like 5 hours a day, try to go comp again. I don't freaking know, but yeah. So this is a completely brand new OS. The only thing I did was download Streamlabs OBS. That's literally the only thing I did. Let me make sure. Hold up, let me add. Oops, not that. That'll again, maybe like right here. Maybe I want to be in the yellow. Maybe right there. That's probably good. A little bit lower. There. Okay. And also, let me turn my fan off. It's bothering me. Okay. So this is a brand new OS. With Streamlabs OBS being the only thing I downloaded, and I also literally had just signed into my YouTube account, so that's really it. So let's get started. First thing, there's one thing we need to download, and that is going to be latency mod. What this does is this will calculate, I don't know how to say it, like not calculate, but like determine what your latency is, basically. Obviously, since this is a brand new OS, like literally, this is basically the out of box experience. I wonder if my overclock stuck or stuck with it. Yeah, no, it didn't. So like literally, even my BIOS settings got redone. That's crazy. So this is a completely out of the box. Not even my overclocks. See what my base is, right? So what you want to do, if you want to look, you want to go here and then full screen it. Right now I'm at 5.2 and 2.4. This is not bad, but we can definitely make it lower. We can definitely make it lower, for sure. So the first thing, so now that we downloaded latency mod, there's a few things that we're going to do. We're going to go into applications later and like download applications. First we're going to go through settings, PowerShell, just settings, the settings options, control panel, things like that to start with. Typically how I do it. The reason I'm doing this now is because the only reason why I optimize my PC is for Fortnite, because Fortnite is really the only game where every single millisecond of latency matters. You could say all shooters are like that, but really Fortnite's really big. Also COD games. But yeah. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to close this out. As you can see, so these were the averages that we got. Typically you don't look at that. None of this stuff matters. You could look at this stuff, but that's just interrupt priority stuff, I think. So let's get started. We're gonna go through every single one of these, then go into the legacy, or not legacy, the just the control panel. This is settings. We're gonna go into the control panel. I do not know why this is even on here. Oh, it's because it's on OneDrive. Why is... That's retarded. I don't know how those stuck on when I downloaded the new OS, but what the hell? So obviously this, we don't need this anymore. And we also don't need this. It won't let us delete it though, but we probably do need that. I'm not sure. Let's delete this for now. We don't need perf logs. Do we need perf logs? Whatever. So yeah, let's get started. Nothing really to do in here. Nightlight settings. There's obviously this. I mean, this is just, why would you have this? I guess maybe if it's like 3 a.m. and like, you know, but like, why the fuck is this even an option? I mean, holy shit. We're obviously gonna turn that off. Nothing to do in here. I don't think there's anything to do in here. No. Always keep it on 100%. I guess unless you have a higher than 1080p monitor. Landscape, obviously. Okay. On this setup, I don't have multiple displays. It's a known fact that multiple displays actually can cause a higher latency. That's not the reason why I don't have multiple displays, but that's just a fact for you. Nothing really to do in here. Sound. Nothing really. I guess if we go here, balance it out. Huh. Definitely have this off. That'll probably increase CPU usage or something. Mic, okay. There we go. I don't even know why that was there. Everything else should be fine. Nothing to do in here. We definitely want to turn notifications off. Technically, you can turn this off without clicking these check marks, but me being me, I like to turn them all off and then turn this off. I don't know why, but I just have to do that or else I get freaking anxiety. Nothing else to do in here. I don't think there's anything to do in here. And then focus assist, which is the next option, off, and then turn all these off. Definitely do not have focus assist on. Do not have this on. Power and sleep. We're gonna go into power settings later, so because this is like a whole different thing. Nothing really to do in here. I personally like storage sense off. It automatically frees up space. By getting rid of files you don't need, no, I'm not going to do that. I would never recommend any sort of automatic features because what they say you don't need, you really may need. And, you know, for some reason I have 96 gig. Oh, because that's going to be my last OS that I downloaded. None really to do in here. Tablet. Never use tablet mode. And don't switch to tablet mode. And then turn, I guess, all these off. Multitasking. So if you don't know what Snap Windows is, if you're following along, I don't know if you are, if people are gonna follow along. If you don't know what this feature, Snap Windows is this feature to basically multitask. I don't know. So I don't know if people want that. I personally don't. I personally never use this feature. For example, if I turn it off, it shouldn't let me do it. Okay, it's not letting me do it. I don't know why when I... Oh, it's because if you have this on... Huh, interesting. Obviously, I'm going to turn timeline off. This stuff, Alt plus Tab. If you don't know what Alt plus Tab is, If you click Alt and then you click Tab, it opens this up. I don't know if there's any way to completely disable it, like in the OS. Probably on like in your keyboard software, you can probably do that, but I don't know if there's any way to do it on an OS. Let's go back to here. Maybe? No. Virtual. I don't use virtual desktops, but there's no like never use option, so we're just gonna keep it on that. Projecting to this PC. It won't give me this because you would have to add a wireless display. Shared experiences, definitely turn this off. This is a performance killer. This is a performance killer. It even eats up a little bit of memory. Clipboard, turn this off. You never need it. Remote desktop is something you probably won't need ever, but what it does is if you're like going to like let someone onto your PC, basically, like control your PC. For example, let's say you let someone optimize your PC for them. Like there's a lot of people that do that. You like pay them maybe $50 and they'll completely optimize it. You would need to have this on. That's how. But I'm never gonna do that. There's nothing to do in here. Go back, devices. We're gonna turn Bluetooth off later because never mind, I already have Bluetooth off. That works for me. Turn this off. Go to probably remove these devices unless you're actually using print, which I don't know why you're watching this video if you are, but yeah. Oh my god, slats, dude. What the hell? Turn that off. Do not mess with this. Obviously, you want to keep this at left. And then that is fine. I'm going to turn all this stuff off. Typically, the more stuff you turn off, the better you're going to be. Right? That's just how it's going to be. We'll go into that later on. So there we go. Let's go to pen. Probably ink free. It doesn't really matter. You can pick anything. Turn this off. Autoplay. Turn that off. Take no action and take no action. USB, make sure to turn these off. These can get really annoying. I mean really fucking annoying. Now that we're there, there's not going to be anything to do in here. Okay, make sure you're on an Ethernet. Wi-Fi. You can turn this off if you're not using Wi-Fi. Kind of just all depends. You probably should turn it off if you're not going to use Wi-Fi. And then turn this off, Ethernet. Don't do anything there yet. Turn off, airplane mode, off, off. Okay. Personalization, there's a lot to do here. Obviously, you can pick your picture. There are some rumors going around that a solid color, like something like this, actually makes your performance slightly better and it lowers latency just a tad bit, which technically would make sense because a picture's like typically adding more pixels and just different colored pixels, but honestly that could just be fake. So you can pick what you want. I'm obviously gonna go with the default. This you always want to go fill. You never want to go anything besides fill. Fits really bad. Look at this. Fill. You always want to go fill. Colors. Turn this to dark. Dark mode is just better than light mode. Right? That's just the way it is. Anyone who uses light mode is an actual weirdo. Turn this off. That eats that. Memory usage. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm so sick of 60 hertz. We're gonna go through this later on, but what I am gonna do is activate my 240 hertz. Okay, there. You may not see a difference, but it feels a lot better for me. Oh. Doesn't matter what you click here since you already have dark. Again, off. What does this do? Oh, I guess it changes that. Doesn't really matter what you go with. I'm probably gonna just go with gray. Turn that off. Definitely turn this on picture. Windows Spotlight actually does eat up a lot of performance. So make sure to turn that off. We're gonna go to these things later on. Themes, nothing to do really here. Fonts, nothing to do really here. You could go into your control panel and literally just delete all the fonts that you don't use, but that's if you really are like, I mean, that won't even give you more performance. That'll just remove slight bloatware. Turn all those things off. Taskbar. I personally hate having these things on here, so what I typically do is go to turn system icons on or off. I like to turn every single one of them off. This must be new. In 20H2. I don't know how to turn that off. Also go here. Make sure all these are off. Turn that off. Definitely keep this at bottom. Always do hide labels. Trust me. Unless you want your shit like this. Hide labels. So that's it from their apps. First we're going to go here. We're going to delete every single one that we don't use because bloatware mainly. In fact, deleting all of these will be close to like maybe like 300 megabytes, which is a good amount of space actually. Just like this. It'll eventually go to a spot where it says manage, and when it goes to that, that means you can't uninstall them. At least automatically like this, right? I think it gets to the point, I think right here, no, we can still uninstall. Wait, can you uninstall all of them? Interesting, that must be new. Probably says uninstall that. Ooh, definitely you don't want Quick Assist. You definitely don't need Microsoft Paint either. And you definitely don't need Internet Explorer. Turn all this stuff off. Default apps, pick what you want. You know the deal. What you do want to go to, actually you don't need to do anything here. Offline maps, make sure to turn this off, and then there should be a delete, yeah. Video playback, that's fine. Startup is something that actually, like, this is the first thing that really actually affects, really affects performance by a long shot, right? So now that we did that, let's go to accounts. Turn this off. Never. Actually, yeah, no. Definitely turn this off. Again, what I'm going to do is do this. Time and speech, turn that off. Actually, you can turn these on. I don't really give a damn. I don't even have my clock on. I really want to get rid of this. How the hell do we... Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Man, this really is annoying. Is there seriously no way to get rid of this? Are you out of your mind? Oh man, that pisses me off. News and interest, so if it's gonna be in here. Turn off, okay. There we go. That's way better. Can't remove either of these. Everything's fine here. Gaming. Definitely turn this off. Definitely turn that off. Captures. Here's the thing about captures. If you use, just turn it off, because most people will use NVIDIA display capture or whatever it's called, and that won't be affected by that. Keep that on. Off, off, off. Ooh, no, keep that on. Off. Everything off. Never turn that on, never turn that on. Narrator can get really annoying. Unless you literally just can't read, there's no reason to use this. Okay. Definitely turn these off. This is, so look, if I keep pressing shift with this on, whatever, broken. Oh, well, now it works. So it does this. Just turn this off and you can keep pressing shift if there's any reason for you to. It's just, there's no point to ever use sticky keys. So just turn all these things off. Okay. Definitely turn, this is, personal preference. I don't know why you would use this. Nothing really to do here. Everything here should go off. There's about 2 things here that should stay on. Delete diagnostic data. Turn that off. Location you want to turn off. Camera. If you use the camera, keep it on. If you don't use the camera, turn it off. I personally do not. So turn that off. Keep this on. But what you could do is turn these things off. Unless you use them. You don't need this. And honestly, everything else should go off. Everything else should be turned off. Are you really gonna make phone calls on your freaking computer? Are you gonna message on your computer? Are you gonna control device radios? It's like, this is important. Turn this off. And that's really it for the settings. So now we're going to basically just another type of settings called control panel. There's going to be a lot of the same options, but there's also going to be some things that are different. Security, maintenance. This is important. Turn this off. Unless you want to have this. I actually don't think you can see it, but turn all these things off. Nothing else to do in there. Defender firewall. Personal preference. Windows firewall. Windows Defender is known to chew at memory usage. It's known to decrease performance, increase latency, things like that. Now, turning it off like this does not actually turn off your Windows Defender. And to prove that, if you go down here, if we go here, we have this. Even if you restart, this will always stay. You have to delete it by going into here, opening the file location, and then deleting this program file, or going into regedit. Either one works. But yeah. So now that we did that, these and these I'm pretty sure are the same thing. I don't know what that's about. Go here. None of these things should work. what you can do is do this, do this, do this, even though it's going to keep popping up until you completely delete Windows Firewall. Here, oops, not there, I meant, here we go, this is what we wanted to go to. Here, just for best performance, but keep this on, and this. Technically, you can have this off. Make sure to keep this on. If you have it off, words look absolutely disgusting, as you can see. Do you see that? How disgusting they look? So yeah, you always want to keep that on. Go here, programs, change. You want to typically go to no page filing. That's fine, turn that on. Recovery, turn that off, turn that off. Actually keep this on, but turn that off. I made a mistake. Go here, go here, go here, go here. There we go. Nothing to do in there. Nothing to do in there. Turn this off. We're going to do device manager in a little bit. Nothing to do in there. That's all to do in there. Power options we're going to do later. Nothing to do in there. 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 I mean, you want to keep all these. Even though these are technically shortcuts, what you could do is technically delete these. It doesn't really matter. It won't give you any more FPS. And it won't free up space because they're like 2 KB each. Network insurance here. We're gonna mess with the internet in a little bit. Hardware and sound devices and printers. Delete things like OneNote. I'm never gonna use OneNote, so we're gonna delete that. Delete everything you don't use. I use every single thing here. Autoplay. You don't need to click take no action for all of these, because you just don't. Sound, this one's important. Disable all the ones you don't use. Oops. Every single one you don't use, disable. Disable, disable, disable. In fact, what we can also do is disable this. Because this will still let the mic work, I think. Yeah. As you can see. It's just a playback that's not working, and there's still this. So, let's go back to the control panel. Oops, control panel. Again, we're not going to touch that yet, programs. This one's important. Turn everything off besides these two things. You turn those off, some of your games won't work. Obviously, we're not going to restart yet. You could go here and uninstall everything you don't use, but we're not going to do that because we're going to download a program to do that for us. User accounts. Nothing much to do in here. This, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, use of access center.
Always scan it.
Turn these things off. Off, 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 off. Definitely turn that off. Any sort of shortcut like that, just stupid. Off. Off, off. Sure. Here, go to none. Everything there is fine. And turn this off. Go here. Go here. That's all you need to do. That'll be important later on. Here. Turn that off. Any notification thing, if you want to change your time, well, you would do that, but obviously we're not going to change the time. Obviously you can select the time zone. Again, I don't really care. This is obviously not my current time. I guess if you really wanted to. Oops. Just find your time zone. I'm not actually in Pacific. I am in... Here we go. Region. None of this stuff matters. These are just formats. If you prefer year, month, day, none of that stuff matters though. And there we go. Everything else, we've basically done that. Now, what we do... First, make sure these taskbars are like this. This one's gonna be pretty quick. But, just go to startup and make sure everything's disabled. Nothing really else to do there. I don't know why so much is being... What's I mean, I guess GPU? I mean, I guess Streamlabs... Oh, I already had that open. Okay, so it's OBS. Yeah, even though there's some of these things. Okay. Go on here. Wait a second. Now, there's something that I want you... what is it called? There's a script. Lower script. It's right here. It should be somewhere in here. Man, it's been a while since I've done this. Keep this in mind. If you want to read, you can do that. I don't care. I mean, I'm assuming... Oh, wait, we need to go to... I mean... I don't even know if that does anything, so now go... here, I guess. Well, that obviously didn't work. I am so confused. I don't think this even works. You have to... Huh. Well, whatever. I know there's a bloatware script, somewhere. It's just been so long. Oh, my dumbass. We have to download the zip. Which one? Just this whole thing? That seems pretty freaking stupid. Huh. I just don't know where to download this shit. This is embarrassing. I've never used GitHub in my life. You'd think it'd be here and then there'd be like a download. I mean, you could just use 14 Apps Manager. which technically works, but I thought that's what it's called. Has it really been that long? Maybe it's not called 14. I forgot. It's truly been so freaking long. What? Is it really that easy? Oh shit, here we go. This is just restore scripts. Oh. Here we go. This is amazing. Okay. Here we go. Boop. That's all you have to click. It'll take a little while. Just because the circling stopped doesn't mean it's done yet. If you want to check what's happening, you can go here. Oops. Very easy single command. What an amazing thing, man. This does so much. It's actually insane. Oh shit, I accidentally clicked it multiple times. Didn't I? Wait, never mind. Oh wait, no, if it does it again, I'm gonna... Okay. There we go. Also, click this. Check this guy out, I guess. I mean... He's not the one who created it, but... I at least don't think. So yeah, that's really most of what you have to do. I'm going to be doing a part 2 stream later on. But what we can do is open latency mon and see if we got anything. It will go down a lot more in part 2 because we're going to be doing most of the stuff in part 2. Yeah, this makes sense. This will go way down. Trust me.